How can you push the ball without it popping up? When receiving serve, it's crucial to read your opponent's racket angle. Whatever their racket angle is, you mirror it. Match your angle to theirs. For example, if their racket is flat, you keep yours flat as well. If they open their racket face slightly, you open yours slightly too. If their racket face is completely vertical, it's a topspin ball, so you can flick it. The same principle applies to the forehand. Next, let's cover push techniques for 3 different ball placements. If your opponent serves short, use about 70% of your power. For a half-long serve you intend to push, reduce your power to about 50%. However, everyone's feel for power is different, so you need to find your own control. If they serve long, use 30 to 40% power at most. Using too much force against a long serve will send the ball flying, so control it with 30 to 40% power. This will make your return both stable and consistent. The power requirement for a forehand short push is the same. However, against a forehand half-long ball, looping is the most reliable option. Regardless of whether the ball is close, mid-distance, or deep at the end line, when you push, you must keep your hand close to your body. Use your center of gravity to bring your hand closer to your body. Your center of gravity differs for these 3 placements. For a short ball, lower your center of gravity. For a half-long ball, your center of gravity should be tilted forward. For a long ball, your center of gravity remains unchanged. The same applies to the forehand. For short balls, always lower your center of gravity. For a half-long ball, your center of gravity must be tilted forward. Don't push a long ball to your forehand, you should loop it. Nowadays, serves to the short backhand corner are very common, right? To handle this ball, step in with your left foot, moving around the corner of the table. For a standard short ball to your backhand, step in with your right foot. When pushing or flicking, your body's momentum must be forward. Many players shift their weight incorrectly when pushing, leaving their forehand wide open for an attack. So, when you step in, ensure your center of gravity is directed forward. If the ball is in the middle, your foot must step to the middle, as the hand stays close to the body for a push. Unlike a loop where you create space, for a push, your foot should land on the center line, with your hand making contact inside your body's frame. Not like this, but like this. When your center of gravity is in place, you can easily execute a long push. The same principle applies to the backhand. Keep your hand and body close when pushing, or the ball will pop up. As soon as you pop the ball up, your opponent will attack. Therefore, always keep your hand in front of your body. This is true for the backhand as well. Your foot must step to the middle to maintain balance for the short ball. For a short forehand ball, your foot must step around the white line to get into the forehand position. With proper footwork, you can push from both the middle and forehand sides. If the ball lands here, I'll use my backhand to push it. The biggest mistake is improper positioning. When dealing with a half-long ball coming from your left, backhand side, your left shoulder must be forward. With your left shoulder forward, you have multiple options. You can push, flick, or banana flick. Always keep that left shoulder forward. If your shoulders are parallel to the table, you won't reach the ball. A forward left shoulder is key for that shot. For backhand and middle balls, however, keep your shoulders parallel. For a backhand ball, keep your shoulders parallel. For a middle ball, again, shoulders are parallel. For the forehand, you must step in diagonally. Step in at an angle. If you step in straight, a slightly deeper ball will jam you. You must step in diagonally. You must be decisive in reading the spin and commit to your shot to ensure consistency. You need to develop an anticipatory mindset. Be decisive with your shot. If you make an error, adjust your racket angle, the brushing contact, or the force direction, but never be hesitant. Hesitation is the biggest enemy in serve-receive. To receive a long serve to your backhand, the easiest way to get it on the table is to use the opponent's pace. Whether you're pushing or looping, keep the ball close to your body. Then, as you contact the ball, focus on brushing it, and you'll feel incredible spin and find it easy to control. The key is to use minimal backswing. Watch my backswing carefully. I handle all long serves to my backhand, side spin backspin, float, or side spin topspin, by taking the ball on the rise. Because a long serve has pace that I can use. For serve-receive timing, you either contact the ball right as it bounces, on the rise, when the spin is weak, or you wait for the ball to slow down after its peak. Don't try to contact the ball at the peak of its bounce, where the spin is strongest and the shot is most difficult. This is especially true for side spin serves, so either take it on the rise, or take it in the early descending phase. My advice for amateur players on serve-receive is to set your racket right in front of your stomach. From this ready position, you just need to move forward. No need to lift your elbow or shoulder, a simple forearm rotation is enough to loop the ball. Keep your racket at your stomach. No matter how heavy the spin is, you can handle it by using the incoming pace. Once you have the right racket height, the secret is to draw a small circle with your racket. Make a small circle with your body like this. Remember, it's a small circle, not a large one. A loop executed this way will have a tremendous amount of spin. When you loop, you must incorporate this small circular motion. If the motion is too big, you won't have enough time. In serve-receive, a small looping arc is all you need. For instance, start with a small arc. If the ball goes too high, make the same arc but add more forward motion. If you want to add more quality, execute the arc and then drive forward through the ball. That is the feeling of friction. Practice this brushing motion about 100 to 200 times, then try it on the table. You'll find the feeling of contacting the upper middle part of the ball. Many players think they are brushing the upper middle part of the ball and lowering their center of gravity, but in reality, they are hitting the back of it while standing too upright. Your body isn't low enough, and your racket angle is too open. To counter spin, you must focus on brushing. With an open racket face, you'll only produce a high, loopy ball. If you also move forward, it becomes a simple hit. So, to create proper friction, you must raise your elbow. The goal is to get a thinner, brushing contact on the ball. Many amateurs struggle against backspin because they fail to brush the ball correctly. You must be bold, close your racket angle, and brush the upper middle part of the ball. Your loop will then be both spinny and powerful. The key to not getting jammed on your backhand loop is to keep your body back and your hand in front. If your hand is behind your body, you will get jammed. Here's the principle. From the side view, this is my backswing position, and this is the contact point. To avoid getting jammed, your racket needs to be closer to the ball, with your elbow positioned between the racket and your body when viewed from the side. When you want to generate power, your elbow pulls back in the backswing to find the optimal point of contact and accelerate forward. Against a side spin topspin serve, extend your hand forward with your elbow between your hand and body, while against a side spin backspin serve, bring your hand back in line with your elbow. When I want to generate power, my elbow pulls back and down during the backswing. Against a heavy backspin serve, I keep my elbow forward and use a very compact motion to loop it. Against a side spin topspin serve, your elbow should be back with your hand forward. Don't take a backswing, or the ball will go long. Keep your hand in front and your elbow positioned between your hand and your body, then push forward. This is how you manage space on the backhand. This spatial awareness isn't created by moving your body back and forth. There's no time for that in a match. I stay in position, first identifying that it's a long serve. If it were half long, I would have to step in. If the ball is rushing you, your racket needs to be closer to the ball, with your elbow positioned between the racket and your body. If it's side spin topspin, extend your hand forward with your elbow between your hand and body and drive through it. If I want to hit it with full power, for example against a weak return, I bring my elbow and hand close to my body to load up, then use my core and body to unleash the power. When you want to attack with power, like after your serve is pushed back, keep your elbow and upper arm close to your body. Assuming a fixed contact point, I bring my arm in to store energy, then find the timing to explode forward. For a fast backspin serve, my elbow and hand must be closer to the ball. This means they need to be extended forward, using that as the starting point for the loop. Against a side spin topspin serve, extend your hand forward with your elbow between your hand and body and drive through it. For a power shot, you bring the arm back for a full backswing. When facing heavy backspin on your backhand, you must also adjust your positioning. To use the opponent's pace on the rise, you only need the space of your forearm between you and table. This is the contact point I frequently use against side spin backspin. If you want to take the ball at the top of the bounce, you need to create the space of your entire upper arm. If you prefer to hit the ball on its way down, you'll need to take a small step back. But this timing is difficult and you can easily get jammed. It depends on your personal style. If you have a compact stroke and good friction, you can stand closer. If you have a bigger swing and prefer to generate power at the top of the bounce, then you need about a meter of distance from the table. If your reaction time is slower, step back a little and take the ball in the early descending phase. Join our membership to unlock daily exclusive shorts and discover the coach's secret tips and tricks on table tennis technique. You'll also get our weekly on-court coaching series. Silver members get even more and also unlock the exclusive weekly Coach's Corner series. Thank you for supporting the channel's growth.